Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
You find yourself in a tavern.
Yo, we should have checked for traps.
I knew he forgot something.
I think I can reason with him.
You killed his father.
Can I have sex with it?
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna touch a sword.
Don't touch the sword!
The child is evil, right?
Obviously.
I could cast Fireball.
Always cast fireball.
All right, roll for it. Welcome to Friday Night Quests. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Jay Jones. This week we kick off part 1 of our brand new adventure, Season 19. And folks, buckle up, because this season is going to be longer than usual. We're heading towards the climax of our story, and while we don't think this will be the final season, unless I kill everybody earlier than anticipated, we're going into some longer stories. Oh, and I'm sure you're aware by now, but we made a board game called Mortals Descent of the Gods, and we're really proud of it. It goes up on Kickstarter on October 17th. We recommend checking it out or letting any friends who might be interested know. If you guys like fallen gods or fighting monsters or getting sweet loot or just like us, please check it out. We're really, really proud of it. Otherwise, without any further ado, let's get to the game. All right, let's meet our players. First up, we have Jeremy Fox. Jeremy is a video game designer with Run Games, and Jeremy is playing the human fighter, Prince Horace Kemp. Now, Jeremy, Horace is now level 20. Have you ever played a 20-level character before?
Oh, man, no. Well, maybe as a joke. I think I did it as a joke.
Oh, really?
Once. Yeah, because somebody was just like, let's fuck around. And we like
and be gods.
Yeah, and we put together like 20th level characters when we realized how absurd it was. But this is back in 3rd edition where like everything's broken.
Oh God, yeah.
Or everything's broken. So like, you know, honestly,
it says I grow an extra arm to swing another sword.
The only way to kill to kill 20th level characters in 3rd edition. By the way, this is super secret tech for all you guys out there that still play 3rd. The only way to kill them is drown them. There's like really no
Oh
rules.
my God.
There's no ways to stop drowning.
Yeah, exactly. Like drowning is the best way to kill anything in D&D.
You're right, because
That's true.
Because like almost everything needs oxygen.
And like death slaving throws are automatic for that, basically.
And it doesn't count their HP. It's not like your HP goes down when you're drowning. It's just like you're dead, dude. And so if you just make like a floating bubble of water around somebody that they can't escape, like you can kill a god. Like, unless it's a water god, then you're fucked.
And then he's just like, I am the true king of the gods now.
I'm gonna drown that water genie.
Yeah, turns out
it's not working.
Turns out Aquaman really is the strongest hero.
That's right, yeah.
Hashtag plug.
That's why that DM is basically, all right, the final adventure is in the plane of water. It's like, come on, temple. DM.
That's why when I had the Ion Stone, I always had water breathing in my Ion Stone just in case. Because I was traumatized from our pirate ship island adventure, and I was like, never again.
That's true. There was a lot of water combat.
But now I don't have my Ion Stone.
That's true.
I'm sure water will never come up again.
No.
But what cool abilities did you get at level 20?
Oh, yeah. So this is 3rd edition. And I was playing a cleric, and you could do the craziest shit, like you do a time stop, and then you summon like 100 angels. And then when you
time stop's great.
And then when you snap your finger, suddenly the villain is surrounded by 100 angels. He's like, you'll never... And it's just a world filled of... It's just a room of angels.
My goodness.
Yeah,
it sounds like a Final Fantasy summon, basically.
Yeah, you turn on a little Sephiroth music and you're good to go.
That's amazing. But what is your 20th level ability for Horace?
Oh, well...
Does he summon a choir of angels to murder his opponents?
Well, he's been doing that for 20 levels, actually.
That's true.
Just an extra attack. Simple as that. So now I attack 4 times.
That's par for the course.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
I mean 4
for the level of damage that Horace does is pretty substantial.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, next up is Kelly Egan. Kelly is a digital strategist, and she plays the half-elf druid, Ysabel, Izzy, Buchanan. And Kelly, kind of the same question. Have you ever played a level 20 character before?
No, I have not. This is my first level 20 character.
And what special ability does Izzy have at level 20?
Izzy is now an arc druid.
What is an arc
Which
druid?
means, well, it's actually like, it's one sentence in the book. It's pretty minimal. At 20th level, I can use my wild shape an unlimited number of times.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is always fun, because like I've always wanted to play on the gags of like, and now I'm a bat and I'm hanging out. But like I've always had to be conservative with my wild shapes. which I did. I guess since I got shape change, I really didn't have to because that's technically like 3 I could do. But now I have unlimited, so I could be like more woodland creature fun and more bats.
And it's still a bonus action because of moon class, right?
Yeah, wild shape was always a bonus action, but I only got to do,
for your type of druid, yeah.
but I only ever got to do it twice.
Right. So now you can just like jump in and out of different animal forms at any time.
You could really freak
Yes.
people out by every 6 seconds changing animal.
Yeah,
Now I'm a bat. Now I'm a beaver. Now I'm a werewolf.
plop plop plop.
I'm having a hard time looking at you, ma'am.
Is that a Wolverine drinking tea? Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
You just get stuck in a halfway. Oh no, I'm halfway.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm Cronenberg.
Oh, actually, that would be DM discretion of like, can you be half
Ew.
whatever, half
Yeah, half dolphin, half octopus.
kind of mythical.
The ultimate creature.
Oh my god,
The
like
apex
Ursula.
predator.
The dolphipus.
Yeah, the dolphin.
Oh dear.
like a
The octodolph.
The octafin.
Octofin.
Yeah.
It
That's-
sounds like the final form of Dolph Lundgren. though.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
The Octodolph. All right.
Uh-oh, I see Jay changing his D&D notes.
Here we go. Octodolph. Final
fight
boss.
8-armed.
Tentacles shoot out of Vect's face. All right, so our next player is Mike Christensen. Mike is the senior editor for partialarc.com, and he plays the half-elf wizard, Sweeney.
Hello.
Mike, also, same question. Have you ever played a 20th level character?
I have not. I don't think I've gone past like 12th level.
Is it everything you wished it would be?
Well, I'll tell you, I get some spells for free now, so that's pretty nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, what is that ability?
So I picked 2 3rd level spells. I picked Counterspell and Sending, and I get to cast each one of them once without spending a spell slot.
Whoa.
And I always have them prepared, so now they don't count against the number of spells I have prepared per day. I just
That's
know
really
them every
nice.
day.
So you just keep on. You can keep casting them all day.
I can cast each one of them once a day for free.
Oh.
Or actually, no. It's before short or long rest, so I can count.
Oh.
Yeah, so
So you can just keep replenishing that
yeah,
throughout the
which
day.
isn't good because Counterspell I use all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah. Ironically, I did not take Fireball as that ability.
No.
Because I don't think I've cast Fireball in like 6 seasons.
No, you
Yeah.
haven't. I
Well,
made a
it's in
joke
the
about it
intro.
last.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, it's okay. It's never quoted at all at the beginning of every one of our adventures.
Yeah.
It's just because like ever since we fought that Fire Genie, Fireball felt a lot less impressive.
Yeah.
It's like,
true.
oh man, that really wasn't that helpful that time.
I feel you. No, you've been a pretty powerful wizard without Fireball.
Yeah, I've found other ways
Yeah.
to
I feel
wreck
like
people.
you've leaned a lot more heavily into the lightning side.
Yeah, well, also having I lean a lot more on my higher level spells. Like I lean a lot more on things like Disintegrate or Prismatic Spray or my Maze.
Yeah.
I've been casting Maze for days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
or
know-
not alter self, but illusionary self.
Yeah. The what's that called?
I thought you said Ultra Self. I was like, oh, that's cool.
No, Mislead. I've been doing a lot as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
And now we'll probably see a little bit more casting out of you, Izzy, in monster form because you can do
Yes,
that now, which
yeah.
is
We saw a little bit of
bonkers.
that Blight last time out of the bear.
Yes, Blight out of the Bear level 18. But the last season it was way more like using our cunning and mind and
Yeah.
less of our magical prowess. So who knows what's gonna happen this time?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a good cue for us to dive right into the adventure. So, it is the next morning. You guys woke up out of your dream training, essentially, and each of you kind of proceeded to your different rooms. You were exhausted. Even though you were technically asleep, you were incredibly active and without really food and a little bit of drink over that almost 2-week period. Servants in the house kept you guys at least hydrated, but you weren't really eating and you weren't really resting. So you guys each took a 12-hour rest, just crashed completely afterwards. And you're waking up in the morning, and what do each of you do?
Well, we need to have a meeting over breakfast and figure out what our agenda is. There's a couple things. I'm actually going to bring the bag of holding with us to breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Because we need to go through that. I still have a half a to-do list with things we haven't done. I don't know if we still. Oh, hey, is Sekala still around? What did Marcus and Jennicross do when they found a child god hanging out in their house?
So
How did that go?
essentially,
they arrived.
So yes,
Yeah, because
While we were
Marcus is.
Sekala is still around. Sekala is at the Kemp Estates. There's viewing water,
fountains?
Yeah, fountains and stuff.
Yeah, they're viewing pools.
Yeah.
Reflection pools?
Yeah,
Like a
sure.
reflection pool.
Yeah.
Sekala has kind of made that his home for the time being. Nobody's really like... you've heard like from just asking around, because it's the morning, you guys are going around and asking for updates, I assume.
I forget what Sekala is the god of.
He's a shark god.
Murder and
Yeah.
chaos.
And war.
And sharks?
He's a shark.
change.
He
He's
looks
a
like-
shark god.
Yeah, do you remember do you remember when we did the pirate adventure and we fought those green guys who like super hated when you spoke Elven to them?
Oh, yeah?
They-
I don't, but yes.
They love them some Sekala.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Sahuagin or
Sahagin.
Sahagin, however you pronounce it.
We would know if we got a subscription to D&D Beyond, but we didn't.
Oh.
But they specifically worship Sekala.
Okay.
But Gendacross, you've heard, has approached and spoken to Sekala, but Sekala has been more or less keeping to himself in the backyard, and they've let him stay
Okay.
outside in the
So
backyard.
Sekala likes water.
Yes.
Oh, so that's why he
He
is hanging out by the reflection pools. Okay.
Is in it. Is kind of just like living
he
and
just, like-
swimming around in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Is he in his child form or
Still,
his god form?
still in child form.
Got it.
is Old here? Because I know that she was at the council meeting.
So when you guys come down and kind of get some updates and
Yeah.
things like that, Isolde is still at like this council meeting.
This
So like
summit.
it has kind of become, think of it like a fantasy NATO essentially, because things have
I
gotten
mean, the Council of Elrond.
yeah, basically. That's a much more fantasy.
I like fantasy NATO.
I
I
actually
like
do
the
too, actually, because the Council of Elrond was like a meeting, and then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, here's the plan, and like NATO is much more like we got to meet every day and figure some stuff out.
Yeah, no,
so that's actually
this
more
is like she, since you guys are married now, but she is still the head. She's still Marcus's lead for
Security, yeah,
security
that's right.
and general and war activities for the Kemp
You're talking about
Estates.
my wife?
Yeah, for your wife.
Oh.
So she's still there. She sends her regards.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously wishes
Accepted.
My wife.
she obviously wishes she could be here, but
Yeah.
there's very important things to be done in negotiating the defense of. Now it's become very clear, like the defense of the material plane is at stake. And since Marcus and Gendercross have returned, they've gotten updates from the staff and Bobbins about this figure that apparently was there. They don't have a lot of information because really the second told you guys and didn't really go around and pull everybody into a room.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we make arrangements for Umbernock? What did we give him? What did we
we
promise?
promised him just a bunch of sludge.
Yeah, just a whole
Okay.
bunch of sludge and
A
like
swamp
a new home,
of sludge
a
near the
swamp.
castle.
Did anybody make any arrangements for him?
I mean, it's only
Nope.
for us. It's been 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Like more time has passed that we were unconscious for.
Right,
but like
right.
we had yesterday, quote unquote, yesterday morning.
Right.
We met with the second. We did our labyrinth thing, and
Okay.
then we were unconscious for a
So
week.
Umbernock might just have to like hang out for just a
He,
second.
he
I
might
think-
have to wait a
I
little
think
bit.
we promised him that it was contingent on some things going well.
right. Okay.
We do need to talk about. We should let some people know, but
Yeah.
we should actually spend that money because we need to like solve some holes in our defenses.
Yeah.
Like you were really incapacitated by his intellect
Absolutely.
attacks.
yeah.
Like we need to figure out. We need to get some magic items to kind of buff ourselves. And I know that you and I were talking about how terrified you are of being teleported to other dimensions.
Yeah, I was really because I mean that's something that you can do, and
Uh,
something that's like a really powerful move you have. To
yeah.
be able to like
I
make
can
somebody
put
go
someone
away.
in a maze, or I
Yeah.
can use gate to teleport people around. Izzy has plane shift, which can also be used to send people away.
So I'm worried because as just a fighter,
As
I'm
just a
not
guy
really
with a sword.
magical.
Yeah.
I'm a dude with a magic sword, Doris. I mean, that's
and,
great.
and a good sword, but
Yeah.
but once you get dropped into a plane
Yeah.
by yourself, you're like, well,
If I'm on a quiet field in Abaddon, one of the levels of hell, I'm just like, well, this is my life now. You know,
just you're fighting down there for all eternity.
I'll just have to build a shed and find a new wife.
We
you build,
Make
you
it work.
build a shed out of like fallen warriors on this plane.
Yeah, out of bones and sinew. And then I just try to find a wife, maybe an imp. They're cute.
I have an idea for how to address that. And I think this ties into something we've been talking about doing for a while. We should go visit Teddy.
Oh, Teddy's Tin Shop.
Teddy's Tin
Oh,
Shop.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never met Teddy, but
I
you
don't
guys
think we have.
You guys have.
Oh, we met him.
You two met him. I was
The
not.
Teddy or like a shop?
No, you met
the
you met
Teddy. Oh,
you
okay.
met Teddy of Teddy's Tin Shop because you were the one that negotiated, kind of doing his advertising for
That's
him for a
true.
discount on that stone.
I did get a really good discount.
You still have an Ion stone floating around your
No,
head,
she
right?
gave
don't.
she gave that up in heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I lost
Here in
it.
heaven.
A couple things we should do before we go, because maybe there's some stuff in the bag of holding that will help, but like we should go through everything in the bag of holding and then load it up with anything that we want to take and we can't fit, like the demon box,
Okay.
Yeah.
things like that.
Okay.
So here's the bag of holding. Thump sound effect of bag of holding.
And you
on the table.
and are basically dumping everything out of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just start dumping things out of the bag of holding. You see a lot of different nicks and knacks. So you see tons of essentially pieces and components of what looks like would be for something like an engine. You can't really tell. Some of the pieces that are clinking out look like sprues and screws for something that is platinum or gold. It's not really entirely sure. You see like the metal is kind of mixing between like a silver and a gold color.
Is it electrum?
It is not. It's a
Okay.
material that you've never seen before.
Interesting.
And it's clunking out on the table with pieces. You also see like a hammer and a couple different devices that look like they would be used for engineering of some sort, but also again not really familiar. Now you do see a couple other things pop out that do look familiar. Something like some rags. You do see regular hammers for like work. If you remember the person who you took this off of, which was Ludo. Ludo looked like he might have been kind of the handyman for this crew on that ship.
The flying pirate ship.
Yes. And a couple of the things drop out of Nope. You see like a metal flask hit the floor. It's got like an insignia on it. And then you also see a couple baubles drop out. It looks like he might have been keeping some drinks in there, like of alcoholic, or and also some oil as well for oiling different parts of a machine.
Jerking off.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to investigate the flask and see. Do I recognize the insignia?
No, you don't recognize the insignia. Each of you can roll it would be a history check. Sweeney, what'd you get?
18.
Horse?
22.
Izzy?
4.
No, she's not very good.
You
at
are a
this.
hermit. That doesn't make sense.
Know a lot about nature.
Yeah.
But Horace, basically, you kind of recognize the insignia on this. This is essentially an insignia of and you kind of maybe learned a little bit more about this, like speaking with Isolde. This is kind of a family crest for a wood elf family. You might allude or think that this is probably the crest of the wood elf family that was of that group that you guys killed. That
Felix's
came here.
group?
Felix's crew, yeah. And it looks like it's been imprinted on the flask itself, and it looks like it's been the newest addition to this flask.
Well, I don't know how to ask this, but how important do I think this is?
The flask?
Yeah, this insignia or this flask.
The flask itself, it looks fairly mundane, although the stopper on it looks a little unique on the
Okay.
top of the flask.
Kick-ass.
But everything else about the flask seems a little mundane. Are you holding it, or are you just looking at it?
Just looking at it.
So yeah, just looking at it, there doesn't seem to be anything outside the norm on this.
I'm holding it. Is that significant?
Do you pick it up?
I was holding it, yeah.
So you're holding it in your hand, and it feels cold to the touch, like all around, but it feels weightless. You shake it or move it, you don't hear any liquid or anything sloshing around in there or feel it inside as you shake it.
But it feels unnaturally cold.
It feels unnaturally cold. Like everything else you dumped out of that bag wasn't like it was in a refrigerator or anything, but this feels cold.
There's air conditioning inside the bag of holding.
Ludo likes to keep it to a cool 72.
There's a thermostat in this place.
Yeah, I'll pop the top and see. Well, can I investigate it?
Hey.
See if like it's arcanically.
Once you pop, you can't
The
stop.
fun can't stop. Yeah.
Wait, that's not...
The fun, yeah. It's the very last podcast on the left thing to say too as well.
Can I do an Arcana check and see if I can figure out what this is before I open it up, or
Sure,
if it's trapped?
yeah,
or-
you certainly can.
A trapped flask.
I don't know, man.
That's dude.
Well, I got a 24, so
24 Arcana.
Wow.
it is the thing I am.
The
best
floor opens up beneath you, and there's
Yeah.
a spike trap.
It is the god of drinking. But basically, you study this closely. You study with the cold temperature and everything, and you realize there is something special and magical about this flask. When you look at it closely, you see that the family crest that was imprinted over. You might not really know much about the crest that Horace does, but you know that this was added to the flask, and that whatever magic is in it is kind of repelled a little bit by it, but it is affected by this crest that was stamped on it. You also know that this flask contains something.
Yeah.
It is used to hold something not liquid or anything. If you gotten a little bit higher of an Arcana check, I might have been able to truly tell you everything about this.
I'll roll again. Okay.
I remembered more things
That's
this
not
time.
how it works
I
at
think
all.
you can try tomorrow.
You can try again, but basically you know that this thing is probably, judging by the magic and the feel and the cold, this feels like this is the type of magic that bends space, much like a bag of holding. But not only does it bend space, you can tell by like the cold and the temperature. And this is kind of getting into like, we didn't really talk about like how magic users like know what a type of magic is it by feel or touch or smell. I imagine it's a combination of both. But by judging by the feeling of the metal, like the pull when you squeeze and when you let go and the cold, you feel like not only does it bend space like a bag of holding, but it also restrains something inside as well. And you're getting more of that feeling from the topper at the top.
Let's have Bobbins drink it.
Well, what we can do is when we go to Teddy's tin shop, if he sells spell scrolls, then I can get the spell identify.
Okay.
Then I can just learn that from a scroll.
Oh, nice.
That's a wizard thing I can do, is like transcribing it in my book.
Humble brag.
I'll know identify, and then I'll be able to. And actually, with identify, if you examine something like this, you'll be able to tell. Well, actually, you can't tell what's inside, which only helps us so much. But we can at least learn something about the enchantment itself.
Yeah, I mean, if we know how strong it is and what its purpose is, then we'll have a good idea of how dangerous the thing inside
Could also
is.
use identify on the demon box, because we know still so little about that.
Yeah.
Have we even touched it, or like, because we knew it was like a torture play thing that demons or devils love, but have we seen that in action?
Does it look like the Hellraiser box?
It looks like it looks like
It looks
like a D8.
It looks like a
Oh,
D8,
it looks
yeah.
like a D8. Okay.
But big.
But larger than the
think
D8.
of it
Okay.
by size. A good example is like a lamp, like a desk lamp in
Sure.
height. But it looks like all metal, with, you see like a slight diamond shaped, essentially window that's closed right now at the top.
And to answer your question, Izzy, we've seen it like shoot out chains to like attack is old when we were in combat with it.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting it identified as well.
How far away is Teddy's tin shop?
It's pretty far, so
Oh.
you guys will have to kind of travel there. It'll be quite a distance, but
Or
But we have a pirate ship. that
I was going to
flies.
say, you guys have woken up, you guys have come down and had some breakfast, but while you guys are discussing all the different things, like dumping the bag of holding out on the table and observing, essentially one of the servants runs up to you, one of the gnomes, and says, I'm happy to report that the work is complete.
Excellent. I don't remember your name, but thank you.
My name's Gerald.
Enough, Gerald. Get out of here.
Oh, all right. And scampers off.
I appreciate you.
He runs away.
Good. That was nice.
you're getting better.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
Isolde's been scolding me.
the second we should check on as well. I assume she's going to come with us.
You would have to ask.
Do
Yeah,
we
it's better we-
have to bring her?
I think we should keep her close.
She
'cause
knows
I don't trust her.
what we're. Yeah, exactly. She knows what we're doing too.
That's true.
Like, we should have her do that.
Take her on our side adventure.
This feels like not a side adventure.
Can we just like bind her and put her in a chest or something and just keep her there
Have any of us
until we need her?
seen her cast anything since we've seen her again?
Nope. No,
I don't know.
no, not really.
Hey, does anybody know how to fly a ship?
No, but
Are we gonna have to take a gnome with us? Do the gnomes know how? Bobbins,
Yes?
Bobbins, do you know how to fly that ship out there?
No?
wouldn't it be like sailing a ship just in a different atmosphere?
Yeah,
So
but I don't have vehicle proficiency water. So.
would somebody down at the docks?
Wait, is
know?
it okay? Bobbins, does it have sails?
Yes, the ship does have sails.
So it's wind powered.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to be honest. I was just putting the pieces that we found back together in assortment. We got some of the best ship makers in town to help rebuild it, but we've more or less just been rebuilding a ship. None of us are really certain about how it works, especially that piece in the center. We've never seen anything like it. None of the ship makers have.
Are any of your boys sailors?
Mine? You've never asked about my children.
No.
Well, let me show you. And he
They're
opens
men.
like
They're
a
men.
scroll, and it's just a bunch of like scribblings of his children. There's like 8 of them. This one, Sally, she's an excellent lawyer. This here, you were asking about, no, none of my kids are
we
sailors.
will need a lawyer, but so keep that in mind. But
You have a lawyer brother, so it's
that's true.
fine.
I don't like to use them.
He always lords it over you. He's such
Yeah.
a dick.
Yeah.
It's weird family
Yeah.
stuff and
Family stuff gets weird.
yeah, but not gnome stuff.
We need a pilot then.
Yeah.
A pilot.
Well, if he's saying that none of his, there's got to be somebody down at the docks who knows how to.
Yeah, is there like a
drive
Han
ship.
Solo type that we can find in town?
Perfect time to introduce our guest.
We don't have one.
I know.
Special guest, Harrison Ford.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, that's a sexy Harrison Ford.
Harrison, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Harrison
What he's like-
Ford.
I'm married.
Dude, your Harrison Ford is on point.
He doesn't talk. He hasn't spoken since the 90s. Have you?
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
that's
made
right.
Force Awakens
He just,
real tough.
I guess I'll do this. Like, he's just.
Yeah, you have to grit your teeth. I don't know. I can't do Harrison.
I
can
hate
do,
all of you.
I can do Chewbacca.
There, that's better.
Oh boy. You will find one of those down in town. There's tons of them. Bugbears
No, okay,
all
so
over
there's
the
sailors because it's a
Yeah.
port town.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Isn't it called
Kempstown?
Oh, I thought it was Kempport.
place. You do have a
Kemport.
It's
I mean-
Kemport.
Kemport is where
Kempstown
the
is
ships
the
come down.
town.
Right.
Kemport would be
Okay.
the port.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a port, so we can just go find a sailor.
Yeah,
Or a
let's go
captain.
find the captain.
Do you guys want to go down and just
Yeah.
hire a crew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hire a crew.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you make your way down. Are you going to go to one of the like finer sailor establishments? Or are you going to want to go to one of the more seedy sailor establishments?
In my experience, seedier sailors are the better sailors.
Is there like a middle?
We want really seedy seamen.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I want-
mid seedy
I want a
swimmers.
mid-seedy.
Really
bit-
salty seamen.
Yeah,
Because
swimmers.
if we go too seedy, we're gonna hire someone who's gonna kill us or like get in the way
Oh.
and possibly cause more complication.
Oh,
But if we go in the middle,
This
we'll
is-
get like a charismatic.
This is totally unrelated, but I forgot about this entirely. We had capes made of that T-Rex that we killed.
Oh,
Let's bring our T-Rex capes.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I totally forgot that we had them.
absolutely.
Okay,
We're
I was just
look
gonna go as a
so
lion,
good. We're
but
gonna
sure.
look so good.
So you guys go by the tailor shop and pick up your T-Rex capes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I was wondering who was going to come pick these up. A gnome dropped off the order a long time ago, but here you are. Not entirely sure where you got this material, but
Oh, he would have heard about the T-Rex that fell through the roof of the Silver Spirits.
He might have, but he doesn't know where the T-Rex came from.
Oh, that's fair.
Because remember, that story started with a T-Rex fell through the roof.
Yeah.
That's true. That really does feel like in media res.
That's how all good stories begin.
Yeah.
You did fine work. Here's a blessing for you, and I put my hand on his
but
forehead.
we do accept gold. So if you could pay me in gold,
That's
would be
selfish.
appreciated.
That's selfish.
How many
I
gold
do
pieces?
run a business.
How many gold pieces?
How much was that? We provided the materials.
Yeah, so since you guys provided the materials,
Oh, I assume we also had a tanner involved.
it's just going to be 25 gold pieces, which is a bit more expensive for a weave like this.
It's 25 for
but
each
because
or total?
this guy's not familiar with working with T-Rex hide,
Yeah.
25 total.
We're gonna have a talk with this town because they need to understand
I
the
got it.
world is falling apart.
I'll chip in
I think you're going to
7.
say they need to understand the value of money
Okay.
from the 3.
I think we should be getting most things free these days because we're the only thing standing between them and oblivion.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Do
money,
you say this?
Yeah.
Well, that's all great. Can I get that 25
He also
gold?
has to put food on the table.
Yeah.
I'll supply some biscuits.
And yeah.
speaking of money, we need to make a withdrawal
Oh.
from the coffers of your family.
oh yeah,
so that we can.
should do that secretly.
Yeah, you owe me 1,000 gold. Ooh, I need $1,000 to go get some more resurrection oil.
Oh, good call.
I used my last one up
Okay.
on Gormo.
Well, I'm not going to tell my parents who are home that we're going to be pulling a lot of money out of the vault.
Now,
Let's do that
you
after
have
we get a
your
crew.
you have your own trust yourself, which
I
you,
don't trust
which
myself.
which you gained which you
Sorry,
gained,
that one really got me.
you got access to more of it when you married. When you finally
Oh.
married, your father Marcus bequeathed you some more, kind of completing your trust. And you can access that to access the family like Marcus and Gendacross's
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
You guys will need to be doing some. That's not going to be like, hey, Dad sent me over here to get all of our money.
Why wouldn't the gold? Is it Goldkeeper?
Yeah.
You mean who's keeping track of the bank?
No, the guard at the vault.
The vault. Yeah.
No, so there's a Kempstown bank exchange.
Oh.
And then there's also the other kind of reserve is in the actual Kemp Estates, which is protected by the Gold Keepers.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying a vast majority of our holdings are in the Kempstown Bank.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are a sovereignty, and you do make trades and give out lines of credit to other realms and things like that.
Well, check this out. We're not paying the sailors. We are conscripting them.
Okay, that is your right as their lord.
As their lord.
That is something you are allowed to do.
Even kings and queens give salaries.
Yeah, I mean they'll get a conscription salary.
They'll have a per diem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So we are paying them, so we might as well just pay them money.
No, here's how this works is that they have a 6-month waiting period for all of the background checks to go through.
but we hire them on trust, you know.
Absolutely.
In good faith.
You guys are going to be on this crew for a long time. We know it.
All right, let's go to the bank.
How much money do we? Yeah.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know how many crew.
So I'm not going to tell Isolde that I'm taking everything.
We also
That'll go over well.
I'm pulling everything.
Yeah, she's real kind-hearted and soft.
Yeah.
We also need money for magic items.
Also, she's going to live a lot longer than I am, so she'll have a lot of time to forgive me.
Perfect.
That's how I look
or
at
to just spit on your grave every day for 1,000 years.
Whatever. I'll be dead.
So you guys go to
That should be like the tagline for our entire show. Whatever. I'll be dead.
Do you ever think about, Izzy, how much longer we're going to live than him?
How much longer
you guys
I'm going to live?
Oh, because you're a half elf.
I'm a half elf now. I've already lived much longer than I thought I would.
I have thought
and I'm
about
34.
To be fair, you haven't lived longer than you thought you would.
Yeah. I will outlive all of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the bank.
So you guys go to the bank.
Nothing says high adventure like existentialism and banking.
I'm not gonna walk everyone through the exciting of pulling up a check balance sheet.
No, I want to get in queue first.
Okay, perfect. So you queue up. There's a mysterious man behind you in line. He seems to be fiddling with something in his pocket.
Hey, should I steal money?
There's a guy jerking off in his pocket behind us.
No, don't steal the money. We are in his land. Like, no. Why the fuck would you do that?
If ever there was a time,
don't ask me. Just do it.
We don't need to do that.
So as you queue up,
I have invisibility in a bag of holding, so there's really
go steal a bunch of pens. Go do that. Go.
As you're queued up, like a tiefling who's working here, like quickly comes up, well dressed, like sees you, recognizes you, and pulls you out of the queue and like takes you to a very fine side office to discuss your holdings.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about. Somebody should have grabbed you at the front, Prince Horace. We never would have had you queue up in the line with everyone else.
Oh, it's fine.
What can I do for you? What do you need?
I'm going to need to make a real big, what do they call that? Transaction.
We love to hear that. Wonderful. Are we going to be...
Never mind, I should not leave Horace alone with this process.
Withdrawing.
Oh, withdrawal. Oh, okay.
What's your name?
But you still plan to stay with us here.
What's your name?
My name?
Yes.
Is, Clarence.
Clarence, I hate to tell you this. You probably already know. The world is effed, as F word. And we're the only ones that's standing between you and utter obliteration.
It's true. Insurance premiums have just gotten so high these days.
So I want you to think long and hard about how special I am to you.
Very special. Your account has been with us for a very long time.
Yeah, Horace, he's not saying it's still your money. He just wants to make sure you're not closing the account. Like, what's the minimum we have to leave in the account?
Oh, we prefer 100 platinum would be ideal to keep your level, to keep your account level.
How much is presently in the account?
Oh, in Prince Horace's account? By the way, I'm sorry, is this your
I am his
financial advisor?
This is my financial advisor and accountant.
Of course, it's nice to meet you. Wait a second, I've seen you before.
Cool.
You're
He's a celebrity. All right, now let's talk about how much I've got in the account.
Yes, let me just look through the books real quick. And he opens up one book and a second book and just opens up quite a few surrounding your account, cracks open the binding and flips it open.
101 platinum.
Oh. So tiefling, huh? Mom did a little...
Nah, it's a whole race.
Sorry, what?
Come out
it's a whole race.
Come out
sorry.
that way.
My bad.
Were you asking me?
I thought I could. I just wanted to commiserate. Or not commiserate.
Can I open an account here?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
We have...
I wanted to deposit all of this, and I go in my bag and I take out just like a handful of acorns.
I knew it was going to be acorns.
Oh, that's...
Thank you.
That's so...
Yep.
I knew
Are
it
they...
was gonna be-
There are 30 of them.
Are they magical in nature?
Everything in nature is magical. And there are
Do
30.
they happen to have any...
Do you do interest on these?
Do they happen to have any sort of magical qualities? I mean, do they grow into...
I cast prestidigitation to make them glow.
That's none of your goddamn business.
I think they grow into oaks.
Do they glow? Do you make them
They
start
look
glowing?
pretty.
I make them glow.
Shiny, shiny. Does it matter? I would like to open an account, and I'd like to keep these in it.
Yes, we have certain account minimums, and I just want to make sure I'm putting these precious acorns
Yes.
in the right account.
They
of
are
course.
not dangerous, so I think they would pass by the code of like not storing any sort of hellscape items.
Oh yes,
If
that
that's
does.
what you
I
mean.
really.
none of that.
I didn't think I would have to ask. These don't turn into anything, do they?
Hey, Clarence, enough with the questions. You
Yeah.
have a valued customer here. This is a very close friend of mine. I think
Mm-hmm.
you can waive a couple minimums for me.
Would you like to add these to Prince Horace's account?
No, no, no. I
No,
want my
no,
own
Izzy
account.
gets her own
I want my
account.
own
Of
account.
course,
My own box.
yes.
Yay.
And this is a family friend.
I consider her family.
Does it matter? I reside
I
here
just
in
want to make sure I'm
Kempland.
taking care of the bit. I'm gonna put a note right here to put these third. Let me just take these, and
Thank
Clarence
you.
like unceremoniously like dumps the 30 acorns
careful.
Gentle.
Careful.
Careful, yeah.
into a drawer,
Don't
like
let
the
them-
top drawer of his desk.
Don't let them drop below your waist.
Yeah.
Wait, what happens if
It's
I really
it's best
need to?
you not
I really
know.
need to clarify what exactly
I'm
do
sorry.
these
Can I
acorns
talk
do.
to your manager?
I'm
sorry.
I've been
I'm
the
just-
branch manager here. We have a regional manager. I could.
I would
reach out
love to speak to them. Thank you.
Immediately. I could at first take care of this, and then I could happily get them.
Could you take care of this? Could you? Because if you can,
I'll be right
maybe
back.
I
I'll be
won't
right
need
back.
to speak with them.
And Clarence
Thank you.
goes out of the room. A few minutes goes by. You hear like a portaling sound.
Oh, God.
Opening the door, you see a dwarf come in. All right, what's this then?
Hi, I have a concern with one of your employees. There's just way too many questions going on here for my deposit. I mean, considering that me and my friends here, oh, by the way, one of them which owns this entire establishment and the land to which you reside on and the salary to which you have saved this place 1, 2, 3, I don't know, handfuls of times.
Yeah, you guys pay taxes.
I would
tonight.
feel like this transaction would just go a little bit quicker. We need to get a crew and save the world.
Right. And he
The
leans over and
employee in question is Clarence,
That guy over there.
the branch
Yeah.
manager.
listen. Clarence is been with an employee with us, a manager here for a long time. But
I believe I remember hearing that the customer's always right.
I wasn't saying that the customer was wrong. Definitely not.
Okay.
One moment, and
Just felt like we had a
Cool,
complaint
yeah.
and we weren't being heard.
I love your vest, by the way. It's very. I like that.
Oh,
Good.
thank you.
What was your name, sir?
My name is George.
George, thank you so much for your time. We
love
really
that
do
name.
appreciate it. If you would speak with Clarence, we really would appreciate
Oh,
it.
yes. One
We're on a
moment.
time crunch here.
And they speak privately. George comes back. I apologize. He takes the drawer that has the acorns in it, just rips it out of the desk gently.
That's hard to do.
Oh, you just put them in the desk?
Yes, he took the 30 acorns and just dumped them into the top drawer of the desk.
Oh, yeah.
I will take these to our most private of vaults here on location, and we will get this handled right away.
Can we we also never got a deposit slip.
Well, of course, I'll get this fully processed.
Thank you.
Almost
George-
seems like Clarence
George, you're the
wasn't.
best.
Almost seems like Clarence wasn't valuing our business. It's very odd.
Right?
George, we really do appreciate your time.
Of
We
course,
really do. We know you're a
customer
busy
service
man.
is obviously when you bank with us, you bank with the best. So
I remember hearing that, and I believe I will say it to my friends when they ask.
So he goes off with the drawer and deposits it. You see a couple other you see some gnomes and some humans carrying it off like above their heads. They keep it very, very high above them and take it down into the deeper vault in the bank. Clarence returns to the room with you. I'm so sorry about all of that. It seems like it's been taken care of. It's been put in one of our higher vaults. We'll make sure it doesn't go below anyone's waist. That was well documented.
Thank you.
And I have an
Clarence.
update here. Here, if you just want to sign here, you have access to your 15,000 platinum.
All right. I'll leave 100 in. I'd like to withdraw the rest.
All of it. Okay.
Actually, fuck it. I'm closing the account. I'm closing.
Well, I would ask that
We have a big adventure. We might need all of
yes,
it.
of course, and we have adventure credit. If you'd like to sign up for adventure credit, we have a line
I know what
that
the
we can
issue
open
is.
for you.
What's the issue? Is
When you close accounts, banks they get hit. So you just
Yeah.
got to keep like one thing in the account.
I've got a really good idea,
and then
guys.
they're going to be fine.
Let's max out our adventure credit because we're probably gonna die.
might as well. Quite honestly,
Yeah.
we'll leave in 100 platinum, and we'll go ahead and take the adventure credit.
Yeah, how much can we get on adventure credit?
Of course, and very excitedly, Clarence pulls out his pamphlets he hands out to each of you for adventure credit and opens a book.
Oh,
So
these
you're
adventurers
about to
look
adventure.
These adventurers look so happy.
Yeah.
Look, they've got all their limbs
Yeah.
and spirit.
It's just pictures of people smiling as they're stabbing a lich
Yeah.
and
There's an old couple that's smiling and holding a sword together.
Now what type of adventure are you going on? Now we have different levels. obviously.
Apocalyptic.
Oh goodness, the
Suicide.
highest level. There's a bit of
We're almost like we're some kind of Suicide Squad.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow, that felt really forced.
No, it felt very natural to me.
Thank you. I would. Yeah.
But let me. This is going to have a pretty large percentage payback because obviously there's a lot of risk we're taking for an apocalyptic level adventure.
Clarence, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but you wrote Suicide Squid on the pamphlet there. He said squad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm left-handed and my hand just over the ink as
too.
I write. Oh, really? They say we live the longest. Did you hear about this?
Shut up and do this thing that we
Oh,
need you to
okay,
do.
all right. And opens your adventure line of credit for apocalyptic level.
Also, I'm not sure if we qualify as a Suicide Squad because we have abilities.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, how dumb would it be if we went to against an apocalyptic level
Oh,
threat?
are you
as a
burning?
Suicide
are you
Squad?
are you subtly jabbing?
Subtle?
Jab jab.
Is subtle the word?
Jab jab.
That movie's hot garbage.
All right, and which other account will your father be co-signing this loan?
Yes, he's in the other room.
Yes, and I will go get him.
We'll go get him.
La, 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 la,
Let's go-
around the
let's go get him.
corner. Alter
No.
self-appearance.
I can.
Do you want me to do it or you do? I think
You know what?
I don't have to use any spell slots.
That's a
for
good
it.
point, and you can change your
Alter
voice.
self.
Yeah.
Alter
So,
self.
Izzy, you're
Comes
coming back in as
around.
Marcus? Okay.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Marcus.
Hi, Dad.
Marcus, it's
Yes.
wonderful to see you again. I'm Clarence. I don't know if you remember me.
Ah, never.
Of course he doesn't remember you, Clarence. All right.
Where do I sign?
Sign this, Dad, and get out of here.
Right away. I love you, son. Sign, sign,
Wow,
sign.
I've never heard
sign,
that.
Sign, sign.
Okay, you don't want to read it? This is the
I
apocalypse.
wrote it. Why would I read it? Ha ha.
All right. Now I'll need you to roll basically a deception with advantage.
I have a question. Can Horace roll insight? Because I doubt you know.
Oh, that's not my dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
You might think
sure.
that's your dad.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, wow, you guys went and got him really
Wow, I
quickly.
rolled crap.
I rolled an 8.
You think this is your
I
dad?
actually think it's my dad. So when he said he loves me, I'm like, oh my God.
7.
He's never
Oh wait, hold on. You got a 7 total?
You rolled
I
a
rolled
7?
a 7
With
total.
advantage?
With advantage. I rolled a 5.
So,
no.
so basically, when you transformed, your voice didn't go with it.
No, yeah.
You forgot to do that. So, Clarence seemed a little put off just with how quick. One moment. Let me just check something. And he's looking under his desk
He's gonna match
for
signature.
something. Basically pulling out some old documents,
Yeah, this is my thing,
going
guys.
through an old binder.
I match signatures.
Shit.
And he puts the book out and looks at the signature on a few of the recently signed documents and the one signed there under
So
Marcus.
because I rolled an 8 and she rolled a 7, I actually don't think it's my dad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I know.
You actually know. Yeah.
So I'm going to say, because I do know this about you, that you're better at forging.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Dad, can you take my good friend out into the lobby real quick?
Yeah.
Because I think you two have a little something to talk about with each other.
We do.
Sorry, Clarence, it'll only be a second.
All right.
I'm not sorry,
that's fine.
actually.
Let me
I'm
get,
not sorry.
Let me get George real quick. One moment. And Clarence goes out of the room to get
right,
George,
switch-
the
Yeah.
regional
roles.
manager.
Seeming. I cast seeming on us.
And I'm a seagull.
Seaman.
and you're a seagull.
You're a seagull?
On
now?
your shoulder.
Sure, why not? I look like King Marcus Kemp, face and fist of the angels, 5-time bake-off champion.
With a seagull.
So you come back in now with a seagull.
Mm-hmm.
George is now back in the room and he's looking over some of the paperwork.
I do apologize. I would like to read that a little bit more carefully. I thought we were opening another account for my son. He explained what's going on. I thought we were opening something for his, he's expecting a child. And since he is going off on a, son, let's not have this conversation here.
Oh my.
He's expecting a child, and since he is about to head off on an apocalyptic mission, we do need to set up. That's what I thought he was doing.
I'm sorry, did you say you're expecting a child?
I'm going to be a father, George.
Mike, that's incredible news.
It's wondrous news. My line will continue. However,
but I've always pulled out. I don't know what happened.
Son, that is not a safe method. That is not 100% safe. The only safest way to avoid conception is abstinence.
My God. Oh, it's what you have a seagull on your shoulder, Dad.
If you could just sign
this
document, I'll just stand right here.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Just to make sure everything, just take a few moments to look that over. And
Deception check with advantage?
Yep.
George, do you have any children?
Actually,
I got a natural 20 with a +9 to deception.
what was your other one?
9 +9 to deception.
Okay, I was going to say, actually, I probably shouldn't have given you advantage.
Well,
just because at this point there...
My Robin's Egg Blue is the one I always use as my base. It's the first D&D D20 I ever bought, and that's the natural 20.
Okay, so then...
But also, the other one was an 18.
Then you're good anyways. Yeah. But yeah, so they watch closely as you sign this document.
Let's, it probably goes without saying, this is not the first time I've forged King Marcus's signature.
Well, that's true.
That's probably correct. And yeah, you sign it fluidly. It matches perfectly to the other signed documents. And they provide you the apocalyptic line of credit, which is the highest line of credit they can offer with a pretty steep payback, which will be tied to the Marcus's account if anything goes poorly.
That's fine.
And you guys...
How much do we get on that?
You get
apocalypse
another
credit?
5,000 platinum.
So we just got 19,000 platinum. Wasn't that right? It was 50. It was 14.
15 and then another 5.
Did we take out the full 15?
I thought you were taking out everything but 100.
So, so it would be...
Yeah, we'll leave 100 in.
19,900.
19, yeah.
Platinum pieces.
I know how to...
Which is another decimal point on... So technically we have 199,000 gold.
Sick.
Well, thank you, obviously, and Marcus. Wonderful to have you and your family banking with us. And
how
continue to do
is
so.
your family?
They're doing just fine.
Splendid. Still paying taxes, I hope.
Of course, always will.
Anyway,
if you don't pay taxes, we actually come and put you in jail.
Yes, I'm very familiar.
Just so you know, Clarence.
Of course. Well, thank you very much for banking with us, and have a wonderful adventure. I look forward to hearing about it in tales and songs for years to come.
Yeah, that's probably what he says to all is, right, Dad?
yes, good job, son.
And I assume you guys just leave.
All right, yeah, we're out of here.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, there's a guy jacking off in your lobby in his pocket.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, well,
And quickly turns around and like basically snaps his fingers, and you see two kind of little pixies fly up from out of the desk and out into the lobby, and you hear some scuffling.
Good thing no one tried to rob this place.
Anti-masturbation pixies.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's like
You got to be subtle about it.
like my childhood.
Got to be subtle.
All right.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. The Velvet League will return next week for part 2 of this adventure. Photos and character art can be found in the show notes on partialart.com. And while you're there, why not check out some of our other podcasts, including Roll the Seas, where myself and Andrew Dickinger discuss the absolute madness of Warhammer 40k. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at FridayNightQuests@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all under the handle Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot the body.
So, how much experience do we get?
Well, now we have a skeleton army, so that's pretty neat.